What's up, guys? This is the Too Young Podcast. This is your host, Cody. And for today's episode, I want to take a step away from football. I want to talk about another topic that me and my friends have debates over, and that will be the sport/entertainment of wrestling. Now, I know that most of y'all think it's lame, because it's all fake and all that shit, but you know what? It's still real to me, damn it. Okay, I can still feel it in those athletes, okay? It's still real, guys. But today, I just want to give y'all who I think is the top 5 wrestlers on the planet today. So like I said in the intro today, guys, we're going to go over some wrestling today. Now, I know that most of y'all, not some, but I would say most of y'all kind of stopped watching wrestling, I would say probably around high school-ish, possibly even at the end of high school. I'll admit to you, I did stop watching from, I would probably say, sophomore year, junior year until about the end of COVID is whenever I stopped. So that's, like 8 or 9 years or so, damn near. Holy shit. I'm getting old, boys. But I digress. But the sport/entertainment of wrestling just has, I don't know, I guess you can link it back to Jeff Hardy jumping off a fucking skyscraper onto Umaga, those good old days. I guess we can also look at guys like Batista, Brock Lesnar, and of course the legendary Undertaker. Oh my lord. And then of course we got the camouflage goat himself, John Cena. Oh my gosh, just legends, right? Basically our childhood and all those names right there. Oh, just makes me want to cry. But today, I kind of want to talk about the not very modern guys, but the future of WWE and how they have revolutionized the whole wrestling in general, in my opinion. But with this list, I got 5 guys with 2 honorable mentions, 2 HMs. And with this list, the criteria I would say is the in-ring ability, mic skills, of course, and just how big of a draw are you. I think that's kind of the 3 main factors that go into making a great wrestler. You got to have the look, of course. You got to have the image. You got to be able to talk a little bit. Can't just be up there, half-assing shit. Sound like Roman Reigns when he's, got killed by John Cena. If you know, you know. And then also, you can't hurt nobody. You got to, you have to know what you're doing, You got to be in there, Got to actually get, or actually be able to do the moves that you want to do. So with this list, we're going to start number 5 here. And I'll save the HMs for later, towards the end of it. But at number 5, I have Kenny Omega. Now, yes, he is injured. I don't believe there's no timetable for him to be back. But I would put him in the reason I have him in my top 5, I should say, is for one, he's damn near the best in-ring performer in today's era right now. He has consistent banger after banger after banger in his matches. And what's slept on that I've kind of realized is his mic skills. No, he's not a Rock or a John Cena when it comes to being on the mic. But Kenny gives, some good little content, some good little nudges there, some good little back and forth banter. His promos with Will Ospreay come to mind, when he's just talking his shit. And also his and Will Ospreay's 2 matches are shit. There's talks about them being some of the best of all time, and I mean, yeah, you can bring up the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, but damn, I think those two matches have to be considered in the top 10 at least. Uh, and plus, I feel like he just has that image. He has that that look that once you see him, you're like, yeah, okay, he's a bona fide star. He went to AEW a couple of years ago from New Japan. He got done with them. And ever since then, he's been one of their main guys. Yeah, they don't have MJF right now, but he's been one of their steady bell cows, really. So that's why I have him at number 5. At number 4, we got the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Holy shit, boys! It took him 2 years, but he finished that story, didn't he? I'll be honest. This might be a recency bias, I should say, but I mean, seeing what Cody has done in the last 3, 4, 5 years, it's just incredible. From leaving WWE to helping make AEW, to, we all know, throwing the sledgehammer on the chair, to then coming back to WWE, 3-0 Seth Rollins, and then win the Rumble. We all thought it was going to be last year that he was going to beat Roman, until Solo's fat ass had to do what he does, little hating ass. But he lost. And so we was like, well, is Cody really the guy? And then he had that feud with Brock. Then the Rumble came. We was like, Cody has to win the Rumble to finish his story. So it's like, did they go that route? Did they maybe the Chamber? Because then at that point, CM Punk came back. It was just like a lot of questions around that time. So then he ends up winning the Rumble, basically being over this entire time. The fans constantly loving him this entire time. Wins the Rumble, and then we get to this year's Mania in Philadelphia. Now, to me, that main event it didn't feel like a wrestling match to me. Holy shit, boys. It felt... Marvel people, please do not hate me for saying this. It felt like Endgame. It really did. It feels like now we're in a new era of WWE now. Like, it's evolving in front of our very eyes. And Cody Rhodes is leading that charge. He's so over right now. Everybody loves his theme song. He has one of the catchiest theme songs in the business right now. He's not that bad of a wrestler either. Yeah, he doesn't have the most exciting moveset, but then again, he's very technical. He's very safe. And who doesn't like seeing Cody hit 3 crossroads on Roman to win the belt? Like, one of the most iconic moments in WWE history, by far, has to be. And just on the last point of Cody, just his stature and his, not really stature, I should say, but his legacy, as funny as that is, but his legacy as being a, second, third generation wrestler from, his brother is a wrestler, his dad, of course, Hall of Famer Dusty Rhodes, but just being able to be the first Rhodes to ever win the WWE title, though, it's just insane. And into the top 3, we have Roman Reigns, the tribal chief of fucking lackeys. Look, guys, I'm going to sound so contradictory, however you want to say it here, but I've been torn between Roman, I'll be honest, ever since he won that belt, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Yes, he has grown as a character in the business. Yes, it was a huge, huge success to pair him with Paul Heyman to finally turn him heel, and then he made the tribal chief into what it is today. My only gripe with him has just been that it did take WWE to finally push him down our throats for fucking 6 years, and then for him to finally have a fucking team of lackeys to help him. But in saying that, I still cannot deny, and I have to pay my respect to the greatness that did happen in his run. Um, just based off of just him holding that title, just being the tribal chief, having beaten so many future Hall of Famers in the business, his iconic feud with Brock Lesnar, who he seemed to fight every fucking pay-per-view for some reason, there for a good little year or two. To just his talking as well, like his mic skills. Ever since he got cooked by John Cena, like I said, boys, if you know, you know. That's a gem. That is a gem. Please go and watch that. But ever since that moment, I'll have to admit, he has gotten way better on the mic. And it's not even just like by what he says, but just his cadence and his facial expressions and his body language kind of talks more than he actually does himself. But that's not a knock on him. It's just those little details that he's gotten and he's mastered over these past few years. And I just think that in today's wrestling, his aura is so fucking big that he has to be in a top 5 list like this, just based off of principle. No, he's not the best wrestler. In fact, some people say his matches are kind of the same, which they kind of are. You know, big man punch, spear. Oh, ref gets fucking knocked out. He's dead. Oh, big man punch, spear, yell at the crowd, spear again. 1, 2, 3. You know, but outside of that though, like, he did what John Cena did. Literally, he's carried the company on his back, and now he's a part-timer. I mean, but then again, you know, I can't really blame him. Like, I mean, yes, we would have loved him to show up more, but he did kind of set the bar for that belt kind of high, and he put that belt at the position it is. So, with just all that alone, I believe he deserves to be in a top 5 list like this. Now, moving on to number 2, we got his Shield brother. We got Seth freaking Rollins, the architect, the Monday Night Messiah, whatever you want to call him. We got him on the list, boys. With this pick, I've always liked Seth more than Roman in the Shield. I do say and think that that Seth has been a better overall champion than Roman has. I feel like Seth is a better wrestler than Roman is. I can also argue that Seth is better on the mic, I should say. Way better, actually. And really the thing that strangely helps out Seth Rollins is his fucking attire. Yes, that shit is kind of crazy and kind of sus at some points, but I mean, you can't deny he puts that shit on, bro. He puts that shit on, dude. Once again, his theme song is, you know, got the fucking fans singing it at every time he comes in the ring, during matches, during promos. He's hella over. But the thing that I've grown to respect about Seth is his fucking work ethic and his dedication to the business. Guys, I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but it came out after WrestleMania recently that Seth wrestled both matches during WrestleMania with a torn meniscus. Like, you talking about having some big nuts, bro. Holy hell. Just for him to do that and then just still perform the way he did, like, good lord. The man's a damn tank, you know? But with all of that being said, I still think that there's one more guy better. And It's Will Ospreay. Yes, I know, Will Ospreay. Some of y'all don't even know who the fuck that even is, and I didn't know who that was about a year or so ago until I started doing some research about this dude. Um, Will Ospreay is kind of in the same realm that Kenny Omega is. He was in New Japan for a good little bit. He had banger after banger with Kenny and guys over there in New Japan. Hell, even Ricochet. Oh my lord, that is one of the best match. I cannot speak. That is one of the best matches of this whole decade. Um, but now he's in AEW. He just signed this year in 2024, and so far, it's been banger after banger after banger. I'm still waiting. The dream match that I'm still waiting on is Ospreay versus Omega 3. I'm still waiting for that one. Right now it's tied 1-1. I got Ospreay. But Ospreay is just so fluent and so just he's just so crisp in the ring. His body fucking moves in the way that body should move in the air. I also love his finisher too. The hidden blade. It's low key kind of simple, but the way he does it is like he fucking jams his damn elbow and shit in the back of your head and tries to just kill you. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. But the way it looks, it's sick as fuck. On the mic, I'll admit, he can get kind of basic. And his British accent comes out a lot. He says bruv a lot, but you know, I mean that's kind of like a British thing, I guess. So, I mean his mic skills are subpar. The only gripe I would say about him is that AEW's kind of gone to shit here recently. And they don't really have like a storyline for him. It's just kind of just, hey, go out there and make a 5-star match with, you know, Timmy. Like that's really the only storyline he's gotten so far. But I do think that in the ring he's the best. On the mic skills, you know, it's subpar. He's one of the biggest draws, if not the biggest, right now in wrestling. And I just think he has the total package. His attire is dope. His aesthetic is dope. His theme song is even catchy. I mean, yeah, it's like a, you know, a little beat like da-na-na-da, da-na-na-da. But like even then, you know, that shit gets you kind of hyped. So I think Will Ospreay is the best wrestler on the planet right now, and I think he is the total package. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I do have two HMs. The first one, Samoa Joe. He's with AEW now. I think WWE fumbled him so fucking bad. His promos with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, oh my gosh, they have to be studied at just how great they are. Like I don't think Joe gets enough credit as he deserves on the mic and his skills on the mic, I should say. And then recently that shit with Swerve Strickland when he told Swerve that he knows how Diddy's parties would go. That right there deserves prison time, honestly. Holy hell. But also even, I mean, for being a bigger guy, he's actually pretty athletic and his wrestling's pretty good. Like, I know in WWE, they kind of took away his, like, muscle buster and shit like that and put it to the choke, but in TNA, he was a fucking dog, dude. Him and Perk Angle had battles back in the day. But I just think Samoa Joe has earned the respect to be at least mentioned in a list like this, just based off his mic work, his in-ring performance, and hell, even his intro is fucking gangster as shit. Samoa Joe is the perfect, like, mob boss type character who just shows up, calls you a piece of shit, beats your ass, takes your shit, and goes home. So that's why he's my first HM. Second HM, I went with a kind of hot take. I got Trick Williams, aka Whoop That Trick. I know it's a hot take just based off he's still in NXT. You know, he's had, I think, one like call up to SmackDown to help Carmelo Hayes for a little bit, but I just think Trick, like, if you see his entrance and then you see how the crowd reacts, you just know that motherfucker is destined to be great. Like, can y'all imagine? It's WrestleMania, let's say in Las Vegas or something, and then all of a sudden you hear his theme song comes on, everybody's screaming, "Whoop that Trick!" Oh my gosh! And also, he's very athletic too. Good lord! I mean, yeah, he's not the most technically sound wrestler out there, but even with that being said, like, he still has some good ass like moves and stuff like that, and he's still very, very good at timing stuff. He doesn't have any botches for a young guy. My only really gripe with him about his wrestling is his finisher, bro. The trick shot. I mean, it looks straight, but I don't know. Hey, I mean, it's fine for right now, but I still think that Trick Williams has the most potential of all the NXT guys. If they do it right, that's the key. If they bring him along right, I think it was good to see him win the NXT title recently. I think that's good for his momentum. And I do expect him to be at this year's Rumble. I do expect him to make his kind of debut to a bigger stage at this year's Rumble. But yeah, that's the list right there, boys. Top 5 is Kenny Omega at 5, Cody Rhodes at 4, Roman Reigns at 3, Seth Rollins at 2, and Will Ospreay at 1, with the HMs being Trick Williams and Samoa Joe. Just an update on the podcast this week, in the spirit of it being Backlash this weekend. This week we'll be covering mostly WWE topics, so leave a comment, tell me what kind of WWE topics. Oh, that's a fast little word phrase right there. Y'all would like me to go over, and as always, be safe.